It's like, oh my God, we're gonna be late.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, Facebook is the only one that gets cranky about it. So it's like at least you found all the cards. Oh, I mean, it's like, look, we're having a morning. Let's just say that.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, right? Yeah, Friday.
Friday. Oh, it's Friday. Yes, it is Friday.
June 2nd, 2023.
Look, it was gross when you were saying January 2023. It's even gross now when you're saying June 2023. We're officially halfway through 2023, and it is officially 88 degrees in the office.
Oh my God.
It was a good run. The summer, took its time. But yeah, it seems like, it's official. So
Woo. You ready for this?
Absolutely not, but hit it.
All right. Are finding some great music.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Epidemic Sound, not sponsored.
But if you wanna.
Right, yeah, so we're not Oh my goodness. I'm so proud of that, I swear. So welcome everybody to another episode of the Ragin to the Vlogs show, whatever this is. I guess I just said it's the Ragin to the Vlogs show. Oh, so who's joining us in the chat today?
Efrain.
Oh, Efrain. Hello, Efrain. It's like, so yeah, I mean, usually it takes a little bit for everybody to kind of wake up and come on in. And yes, I see you, the three people next to giant eyeball on my screen watching us from regions beyond. And if you are watching us from Facebook, if you're watching us from Twitter, come on over to YouTube. Keep a frame company in the chat. Because Facebook has a tendency to act up and Twitter doesn't even allow us to see your comments. So if you want to interact in real time, come on over to YouTube. It's a lot more fun over here. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell while you're here as well. So before Ephraim rings the bell, hello, everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
I got nowhere else to go! I got nowhere else to go! I got nothing else.
I swear to God, it's like there really isn't a more appropriate clip. Good morning, George. Good morning. And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales coming back to Kickstarter in a couple of minutes, actually. We're probably going to give it until like 15, until, 11:15, and then we're going to launch the campaign. So if you still, if you still haven't signed up, the link is in the show notes below, so that you get notified the second the campaign goes live, like I said, in a few minutes. And I am also known for my furry fantasy, it's kind of furry too, for my medieval fantasy soap opera drama, Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn. Yes, with furries, with unicorns, with elves, with dragons. We have everything for everybody here. Returning to Kickstarter with issue 7, summer 2023, which, considering we're already in summer, this is close on the heels too. I have 4 more pages left to finish this issue, but it's 4 more pages, so we're almost done. So yes, issue 7 coming back to Kickstarter. And also, speaking of Kickstarters, we also have a coupon code for you fulfilling your Kickstarters right now. Use our coupon code Ragin10 to get all your Gemini comic supplies, all your Gemini mailers to send out your rewards to your pledgers in pristine condition. And even if you don't run campaigns, even if you're just, you're just a fan of the show, you're just a fan of comics in general, I know you have a sloppy ass comic book collection that needs a little tidying up. Buy your bags and boards from Gemini Comic Supply, even your boxes too, using our coupon code Ragin10, and get that comic book collection back in order. And in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com, and egoworks.com, EGOWRKS. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at now 1,000 subscribers. Oh my God, it only took 5 years. But now with 1,000 subscribers on my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network, which is next. Now it's for us to get Indie Comics Network next at 1,000 subscribers. And I'll tell you more about that here.
I can't keep a subscriber to save my life. Anyway, my name is Nita Lanning. I'm a writer, vlogger, blogger from Southeast Louisiana. And I'm the producer of the Indie Comics Network and stuff.
Right.
Yes, stuff. You can find us at indiecomicsnetwork.com.
It's .com. Cut.
1 point.
1 point. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so today's a very exciting day. So we will be launching, like I said, I'm giving it hello. I'm giving it until like a quarter after before we launch the campaign. We will be launching the very first full color Tall Tales comic that we have ever done in our so-and-so years of doing this. You guys do the math, you know the intro. And we're finally putting out this story, Tall Tales, or So I Thought, which is a prequel to Thieves Quest, in full color. So I have been working very diligently getting this book together. It is colored, re-lettered with a remastered cover, everything going on with it. And of course, as always, it is ready to go. I have the proof right here. So
you mean to tell me you have that book ready to print?
Absolutely. It is literally.
You're not going to make us wait 3 fucking years?
Absolutely not.
You're not going to make us wait for you to run another campaign?
No, absolutely not. Who does that? Disrespectful. So
you're not Temps me, Lage.
So yes, the book is ready to go. It is at the printers. All I have to do is give them the go ahead after the campaign closes, get the count, send it to them, and I will be getting the books soon after the campaign ends. So hopefully within the 3rd week, I will be able to start getting books out to everybody. So yes, so if you haven't signed up yet, link is in the show notes below. Hit notify me on launch, which we're going to be probably launching in a couple of minutes. So that's very exciting day today. It's just kind of I don't know. It's like I'm actually I don't know. It's like I really am excited about this. I've never seen a Tall Tales comic in color, and I'm the one that did it.
Right?
And it's just really interesting to see. I'm hoping that this leads to more opportunities in the future to bring more Tall Tales book in full color.
I hope so.
I really do.
Because one day I want that omnibus.
Yes, I want that omnibus.
And I want it full color, whole thing, cover to cover.
Yeah, I think that's pretty exciting. It's like I've only been doing this since 1992, and only in the last couple of years has it felt like it's all coming together. Like all the hard work, all the sweat, all the blood, sweat, and tears. It's like all the hurdles, and it's just all finally coming together the way it's supposed to. And it's like it's just very exciting.
You finally get to reap your harvest.
Yeah, I know. It's like, well, technically I have been doing that in small ways, but I don't know. It's like, people keep talking about how this is going to save indie comics and that is going to save indie comics. And it's like, what saved indie comics? Yeah, it's like crowdfunding and print on demand. That's what saved indie comics. Because it's like, I really, it's like 10 years ago, I couldn't even imagine being where I'm at right now because it just wasn't possible. I mean, that's kind of like the weird thing to think about this, that it's like, that everything had to come to this point. Everything led up to this point for us to do what we're doing. And it's just, like I said, it's just very exciting.
Ooh,
so real quick, Anita, what's going on with you? What's going on with you in this?
I just finished editing a book for Tina and Rodney from Hasm, the first draft of the edits. Waiting to see it with the art and see how it goes. We got some books coming out. Chasing down an artist. A couple things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Usual like comic.
Like I'm on the cusp. I'll be able to talk more about projects in the very, very near future.
Right.
But we do have a few campaigns coming up. Let's see. We got of course Tall Tales. Don't forget that JD has I Was There and I Remember issues 1 and 2. That's live on Kickstarter right now. That's a continuation of the Oswald Chronicles. It's Oswald's Adventures in Dream.
Yeah, I think he has 10 days left, I think, on
something like that. Yeah. Tina and Rodney are about to launch Roadkill Rampage issue 4. This is the final book in this arc. I really suggest people get this one. There's a beautiful twist at the end. And I'm proud of it because they helped a little bit. And that's it right now that's popping into my head because I did not get up this morning and go over everything.
Right.
I know Randy Zimmerman has the full out. That's on the FMC website. Philip Russert has Tragedy. I think it's issue 4 or 5.
Right.
So there are a bunch of campaigns. I'll get my shit together and let you guys know what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, because it's like there is a segment that you're still wanting to put together.
Yes, absolutely. And I am working on that. It's just with C's medical issues and stuff, things have been kind of up and down right now. And I sleep when I can. So so it's kind of chaotic right now.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, but in general, how C is feeling?
A lot better.
Oh, that's good.
He's functional, which is incredible. He's losing weight. He's moving around more. He's able to walk. So that's a good thing. So there's a lot of stuff going on with him, but overall, considering he's doing remarkably well.
No, absolutely. But we're still sending all the good vibes.
Well, thank you, because we still need them.
Yes, exactly. You know, it's like
it's not like something that goes away. Like, in fact,
that's true.
In fact, this isn't even like cancer. Like when a cancer is put into remission, there's a slim chance of it coming back. Yes. But this is something that it doesn't really go into remission, but it will go to sleep. But it can flare at any time, multiple times throughout your life, if the right precautions are not taken. Like a common cold, pneumonia, or flu could set him right back to where we were to begin with.
Right. Yeah.
So it's external infections, because one of the organs that his body decided to attack was his skin.
Right.
And because of that, slight cuts, bruises, things of that nature can trigger it to go right back to.
Yeah, it's going to be
He's my bubble boy.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. Just when we thought it was the armadillos taking him out, it's just nature in general.
It's just nature.
Oh my goodness!
Good morning, John.
Good morning. Oh, you see, and did you make sure that you use our coupon code to get all your supplies, to get
Ragin's in
to get your Kickstarter supplies together too? You know.
Hey, Daphne.
So yes.
You ready?
No, but you know what?
Let's
do it. So here I am. So here we are. You know, so we're already 15 after. So here I'm going to go behind the scenes right here. I just have to make sure. The other day, I just have to make sure I have the right amount, because I was correcting something in the back end, and instead of putting 1,500, I accidentally put 15,000. And I go, oh, not yet. So I have to double check. It's still 1,500. So hold on. Yes, it is. Okay. And here we go. Yes, I'm pretty sure I got everything. Okay, drum roll. And okay. So let me just refresh here. Refresh. And we are live from New York. It's Tall Tales, or so I thought, the furry one-shot in full color. You guys have already seen my beautiful trailer. I'm very I don't know. I'm really loving these trailers that I'm making. I really do think that they set the vibe for the entire campaign. So here we have it. 28 days to go. So like I said, this is a prequel to Tall Tales Thieves Quest, which is the main series, and this one is a short story about Gabriel, our panda bard, with a couple of secrets of his own that gets revealed in this book. As you can see, the original story that I did was in black and white. What's funny was that the original story was done back in 2007, and it was originally meant to be in color, but I don't know why we thought we could do color back then. Because we really couldn't. I guess it was just the optimism of the thought of making a full color book, Tall Tales book back then. But as I said, thanks to print on demand, thanks to Kickstarter, that we are able to bring this book to life the way it was originally intended. So as you can see, here's the black and white version and the remastered color version. And yeah, and this is pretty much, yeah, it's the entire book. Like I said, I am not used to seeing Tall Tales in color. I mean, I'm looking at these pages and I'm almost not recognizing them because I'm not used to seeing, these characters in color. But, it's like, so yeah, so it's 44 pages of a full color Tall Tales goodness. If you're just hearing about Tall Tales for the first time, I actually have a primer video on the campaign for you to watch. It's a little, it's a little lengthy because I talk about every story arc in the entire series. So I talk about Thieves Quest. I talk about the new one, Tears of the Mother. I talk about the Peacekeepers, and I also talk about, or so I thought. So you can check that out and learn about the series. As always, every level comes with a PDF, so you don't have to worry about buying a PDF separately. I also have, a limited amount of sketch covers and blanks. I have a special level where you can get a sketch cover and a sketch cover blank so that you could draw your own. And of course, if you missed any of the previous campaigns, all of the books are available on this campaign. So if you missed Peacekeepers, if you missed the previous Thieves Quest series, you could pick them up in both PDF and physical copy form. And if you missed even more of my campaigns, you can also pick up Eager Raven as well on this campaign as well. So you can collect all of my trade paperbacks in this one campaign. You can pick up Tall Tales, pick up Eager Raven, catch up on all my books in this one campaign. And by popular demand, we are bringing back the Vinyl Monkeys. Yes, Silvermane as a vinyl art toy is back on the campaign. He's available in 6 different colorways, 2 glow in the darks and 3 variants from the main colorway that we have here. Everything is available as an add-on. And as you can see, like I said, everything is available as an add-on. So not only can you choose a level, but you can also mix and match with the add-ons. You can get the trading cards, you can get the sketch cover, you can get a blank, you can get the dolls, you can get Eager Raven, you can get everything on this campaign. And and that's pretty much it. It's a rather simple campaign. It's the one book, but it has everything on it. So if you, like I said, if you missed any of my previous campaigns, you can catch up very easily right here in the add-ons here on this campaign. So like I said, all the links are in the show notes below so that you can pledge. Why wait? Pledge today, pledge tomorrow. You have 28 days to pledge, but why wait? And thank you for the one person who pledged $23 to get this party started. Most likely it's Nita.
Not this time.
Not this time.
I'm still posting.
But thank you. Anyway, thank you so much to get for the first person who broke the ice there. So that's the campaign. We are now live. Thank you so much, and we're going to be returning to that later on in the show as well. It is kind of it is always kind of weird, like especially lately, because I'm just like it always feels like I'm always working on Eager Raven, and then Tall Tales kind of comes in for a little bit. So it's exciting for me to have Tall Tales in the forefront for a little bit, for a while. Even though I am very much working on like I said, Eager Raven issue 7 is the campaign that comes after this. I have 4 more pages left to color on that book. And the thing is, though, is that this is now the type of issue where even if I wanted to show previews, I have to be very, very careful with this because this is a very spoilerific issue. So, but we'll see. We'll see once I have everything done Because also at the same time, I'm also finishing up, well, I'm mostly working on the Eagle Raven, the Unicorn King's Daughter one shot, and the adult supplement that I started working on this morning.
It's hot.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a little crazy. What also is exciting about me working on that, because it's an 8-page story, it's going to be an 8-page adults only supplement that you can buy as an add-on on that campaign coming later on this year. And it's the first time that I am completely digitally sketching the layouts for the story. I figured it's about time I entered the 21st century. And I am doing.
I like your antique ways.
Well, yeah, but my antique ways are kind of like a little slow right now. And I did start sketching the layouts in my sketchbook. But when I was playing around with the lettering, I decided, it's like, you know what? If I set up the lettering, and since I know how the pages are going to be laid out, if I set up the lettering, I could actually bring that into Photoshop, and I can sketch my layouts directly into the computer, on my Cintiq, and actually work around the word balloons, like a goddamn professional.
What?
Instead of like trying to force my word balloons to fit in a panel, I'm now working around the word balloons. And yes, I'm sure a lot of you are like going, Jesus Christ, Daphne, get with the program. We've been doing that for almost a decade. And I go, yes, I know, but I am a slow learner. Maybe I'm more of a stubborn learner. But I figured with all the work that I have to finish this year, that I finally get my shit together and put the Cintiq through its actual paces and really get the hang of working directly in a program. Because what I then want to do is I want to take these layouts and then I want to bring them into Clip Studio Paint. Actually, just as a treat for everybody. Just as a treat, I can show you. What can I show you? I can show you the first page of what I'm working on. So let me do that. So this is going to be the first. Let me see. Share screen window. Where's my Photoshop? Here we go. So as a treat for everybody, this is the first page of the 8-page supplement. It's the only part of the book that I can show you. So, because I'm 3 pages in, and that's pretty much. Yeah, so here it is. This is the first page. So this is completely digital for me. It's kind of strange. It's kind of a new thing for me. I'm still getting used to it. But what I did was I set up the lettering and the boxes in Illustrator so I can kind of get the lettering where I wanted it. And then I brought in that Illustrator page into Photoshop, where then I started sketching out my layouts. Like I said, I'm sure a lot of you are like going, Jesus Christ, Daphne, we've been doing this already. And I go, I know. And I'm sure I have Allison. I'm sure Allison is in the background going, it's still not Clip Studio Paint though. And I go, yes, I know that. So I've been watching a lot of videos about Clip Studio Paint in preparation for going into the next stage of working on these pages. So like I said, once I'm done with these pages, I'm going to bring them into Clip Studio Paint, and I am going to, oh my God, I am going to ink digitally. The last time I did a video, one of my live streams, I did an initial test in Clip Studio where I really became enamored with their G Pen brush. I really, it's like I really liked the way it was feeling, how it looked. It was giving me the look that I really wanted with digital inking for some, and it was obvious that Clip Studio Paint really is optimized for this type of work where Photoshop isn't. I'm doing the sketches in Photoshop because I'm more familiar with it, but the final book is going to be done, or the final inking is going to be done in Clip Studio. So I am going to get to it. Although yesterday I was kind of fighting with it, trying to figure out how to set everything up. It's just, I'm still trying to find all the buttons, So at least it's like, I feel like I'm finally moving forward with my skill set a little bit. Because I'm hoping that doing digital sketches will, at least doing my digital layouts digitally, will help me work faster. Because as you can see from that page, it's not that much different than what like if I showed you what the page as I did it in my sketchbook. Hold on. So again, it's like I can't show the other page. I don't know if you can see it. It's really, really light. But it's really not that much different. In fact, I think I put more detail in the digital sketch than I did with in my sketchbook. So already, just because of that, I know that that's going to be kind of more efficient for me. Thank you. Yes. And also I do have to admit, I really appreciated being able to adjust the sketch to what I needed, because it's like I have a tendency to draw larger than is appropriate. So it was very nice to be able to cut out the image or the character digitally and then resize them, and then like, okay, this is how it's supposed to fit in the panel, and then just continue from there. I really did appreciate that. So yes, it's like, you know what, look, I'm going to be predominantly a traditionalist, but I can see how this transition is going to be
it helps you put out a little faster.
Yes, it does.
Well then.
Yes. So it was so awful. Just like a couple of hours ago, there were some technicians. I think they're fixing the cable wires over here, right? So there were some technicians over there trying to drive a van through the alley. And the thing is, though, it's like you have to do it in a way where cars can pass you. So the alley is like 2 cars wide. So they have this large van that they had to kind of like, but at the same time, it's like they have to be like near this pole with where all the cable wires are being connected. Right. So I heard the two of them kind of screaming at each other, where it's like, they were like, going, oh, you have to, it's like, look, I have to like, you have to back up the van, and I'm going to tell you how much, we have to still stay close here, but you don't want to hit the pole. And I'm going to tell you how many, it's like how close you are to the pole. And then they start driving, and I hear the other guy go, it's like, okay, like how close are we? And it's like, and the guy goes, 8 inches. And I almost wanted to scream out, that's what she said.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Almost screaming shit out the window like an asshole. But, it's awful. But no, but it's fine. I was able to control myself. So, I put that energy in the pages I was laying out. So there you go. So yes. So I'm just like really moving forward with this, and it's like, okay, I'm really seeing the benefit of working of doing these layouts digitally, because it's really allowing me, like I said, to work around the dialogue better, to work around word balloons. It's like, okay, I could change where the word balloons, like I said, this is what a professional probably feels like, So,
look, Efrain has a weird question.
Oh, do I like cats? I'm okay with them. Me and the cat in the house, we're okay.
I like everyone else's cats. Mine are assholes.
We're okay.
God, it must be nice to live with a cat you can stand.
I mean, it's like, it's, cats are cats.
I live with 2 and they're total dicks.
Right.
They only want me when they're hungry. That's it. Other than that, I'm useless.
In general. I think
no, it's not. I get so fucking jealous. Like, I'll be watching all these fucking creators, like Mike Jimmy and Allison, and I'll be chatting with Heather Ellen in a green room or whatever, and their cats are like jumping up in their laps, and they're like petting them while they're talking and shit. And mine are coming to the door giving me the side eye, like, bitch, right. I can see the bottom of my bowl.
All right.
And walking off.
I know. There's a little space. It's like all the food is all around, but they're upset at that little empty.
I can see that spot.
Yeah. No. I made it a point to train any cats we had in the house to not bother me while I'm working.
How the hell did you do that?
You just tell them to get out of the office. It's like a lot of screaming. Not to mentally abuse them. No, you don't. Oh, you don't. That's right.
See, that's where I went. No. That's where I went wrong, because when we had Lycan, before he decided to run away, I was like, okay, he's going to be like the office cat. He'll be the one I let in here and whatever. Mm-hmm. And because he was so much smaller than the other 2, and they were kind of assholes to him, I'd be like, psst, psst, every time they try to come in, And so now it's like they hate me.
Right.
Well, and Lycan left me, so.
Oh, well, there you go.
Asshole.
So what's funny is that I think Einstein does more to keep the cats out of the office than me. Because when he gets really fed up with the cat being in the office, there's this particular sound that he makes that completely chases the cat out, or either that, or he takes a box, one of the boxes that he has in his cage, and he throws it against the bars in the direction of the cat, which also is enough to chase the cat out. So if it's not me keeping the cat out, it's Einstein.
Oh my goodness.
So like I said, it's like, look, I have work to do. I cannot, it's like, no, because it's like, because here's the thing. I had read that the reason why cats, because especially during the afternoon, he really tries to bother me. He's like, it's like he starts tapping my leg, and it's like, what do you want? Jesus. And I read that cats do that because they don't understand why you're still awake.
Like, why aren't you napping?
Because napping is a social activity for cats.
Oh, wow.
So what he wants me to do is he wants me to go to the sofa and lie down and nap with him. But the thing is, though, he wants me to do that every 15 minutes. And I go, bitch, I got work to do. And also it's the same thing where it's like he's constantly waking me up in the middle of the night, because the opposite confuses them too. Is that, why aren't you waking up? Huh. Why are you sleeping for so long?
Mine will do that.
Right.
He will jump up, like, especially Krampus. He likes to get up at the top of your pillow. Yeah. And he'll sit there and just pat you in the head.
Yeah.
At 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah. It's like, you're not up. Why aren't you up? You're not supposed to be. Are you dead? Are you food? It's like,
not yet, bitches.
Right. Yeah. So so that's kind of like what I read, what was going on. So it's like, look, I got work to do. You're not the one sketching this stuff out, so I have to do it. These comics don't make themselves. So, and then eventually he gets the hint, and then he takes a nap for the rest of the afternoon, and then when it's time for his wet food, then that's when he comes down. Yeah, so we kind of have an agreement in the house. Kind of, Oh my goodness. So so what else is going on here? So another thing, let me see. Another thing that let me see. Hold on.
Well, you've got 8 fucking backers.
Oh, do I? Hold on. Let me
Yes, you do.
Let me put that window back up. Oh yes, 8 backers. Yeah, 8 backers. Thank you so much, everybody, for supporting the campaign so far. Thank you so much, raising $152. So you're all lucky that we have no panda coming in here to thank you personally for it.
You didn't?
No. There was no.
There was no time.
Oswald. It's not like, with Oswald, where he was able to come in and personally thank everybody for supporting the Oswald Chronicles. Again, link in the show notes below. But yeah, so 9 backers. Thank you so much, everybody. So something came up on Twitter as it is wont, as it is wont to do. And what was really funny was that I ended up seeing two very, very opposite tweets at the same time, which was actually pretty funny because as far as I can tell, these are unrelated. Although when it comes to discourse on the internet, God,
who the hell knows?
Yeah, who knows? It's like it's probably like some master discourse everybody's referring to, but because I tried to keep my nose out of that shit, I don't know what's going on. So Scott McCloud had posted a tweet that it's like, he goes, time for my annual reminder to cartoonists that what you choose to draw in a panel is often far more important than how well it is drawn. Draw the noun, draw the verb, easy on the adjectives. Now, the thing is, though, is that me personally, I understand what he's saying.
I understand what he's saying, but a lot of people are going to misconstrue that and be like, oh, I could just sketch whatever the fuck I want. You want these stick figures?
Right. And it's like, and you see, and this is, and the funny thing is, it's like, yes, it's like, that's exactly what happened underneath his thread, where it was just full of people going, oh, I don't have to worry about my craft. Literally, there was somebody saying, I don't have to worry about my craft. And
I hate people.
And the thing is, though, is that I really had to step back, and it's like, okay, how does this affect me? Does this affect me? Why am I, it's like, why is this upsetting me? This person is being a dick. Why am I being upset that they're misinterpreting what Scott McCloud is saying? Because if you look at Scott McCloud's work, I mean, this is a guy who obviously studied his craft.
Right.
So it's like, it's not like, and here's the thing too, you see, and everything of this comes with a caveat, because I have seen some really great comics done with rather rudimentary slash stylistic artwork. Like, honestly, some of my favorite comics has artwork that probably would not be considered buff or, or very slick or whatnot. But the storytelling in them makes up for that.
Well, Cyanide and Happiness is one of my favorites. So that's
right. Exactly. It's all stick figures, right? And it's like, come on, we've laughed out loud.
Multiple times.
Shit, and, so what Scott McCloud is talking about is that, yes, we are in a visual medium, right? But don't overdo one or the other.
Right.
So it's like, although obviously here, I think he's talking more about the artwork, where it's like, and what's funny was that a comment that did make me laugh is that, so I guess 90s comics were all adjectives. And I
fucking God.
Excuse me, an evil chuckle with that, because it's like, yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Where it's like, it's one thing to, it's like, because it's like, yes, you have to be, you're doing a comic. There has to be some kind of visual skill in your storytelling. I'm not saying that it has to be like perfect and everybody has to draw Jim Lee. God knows I don't draw like Jim Lee, but there has to be a skill in your visual storytelling that that works with your story.
Right.
And of course, 90s comics are infamous for just being glorified pinup comics rather than being actual comics.
Right.
So because that's what he's talking about. It's like, you know what? It's okay to not draw shoelaces. It's okay to not draw every leaf in a tree. It's okay to not draw the treads on the bottom of a boot. It's like, yes, is there skill involved to do that? Yes. But is it necessary? Is what you're putting in your panel necessary to what to the story that you're telling?
And is it taken away from the action? I've seen so much detail that you lose the action.
Right, exactly. That it's like that there's some books beautifully rendered, but just way too much going on, way too much visual clutter, and it's like, and yes, and look, and it's like, that's something that took me, look, when you look at those first issues of Tall Tales, that's a lot of adjectives. Even I have to say, I mean, I was so, I remember, like, I was so paranoid about being considered a lazy artist by having blank backgrounds and stuff like this, that I kind of overcompensated by filling up every inch of a panel, and in looking back, it was like, it was to my detriment, because the panels probably weren't as clear as they should have in service to the story. And I finally, and probably like around issue 4 was when I began to realize I really needed to tidy things up. I really needed to start simplifying. And ironically, when I got to Tears of the Mother, which is the new story arc, that's uploading now for free on my website, I kind of went in the opposite direction, where I took out not only did I take out all the adjectives, I took out a lot of the nouns and verbs too. And so I went in the opposite direction, where it wasn't enough detail. So now it's like I'm trying to find that balance between putting just enough detail to move the story along. I don't need to fill up the entire page. I don't need, I can use shapes instead of having to draw every building in the background.
Right.
As long as I get my point across, that's what's important. Do I need to draw every leaf in the tree? No. So sometimes I do it because it's a habit, but I'm still trying to figure out the middle ground between storytelling and aesthetic. Right. But like I said, there were people in the thread completely missing the point. Where it's like, oh, I don't have, like I said, the person who said I don't have to work on my craft. And it's like, no, bitch, you do. You see, this is the thing, because it's like, because you have to work on your craft somewhere. Right. That's the thing, because it's like, if you're going to not work on your, I guess, like your artistic craft, your writing better be on point. Because it's like, because you can't give me shitty artwork and a shitty story and say that Scott McCloud said this was okay.
Huh.
No, that's not what he's saying. That is not what Scott McCloud is saying. And then the second tweet that I saw pop up at the same time, which I think sums up my thought about this, is telling yourself that you do not have to work at it, that you don't have to take it seriously, that you don't have to dedicate time, that you don't have to develop your skills, that it doesn't matter, that caring is silly, that caring is elitist. You're wasting your own time.
Huh.
Like I said, I don't know. It's like, when I see these two tweets back to back, it makes me think that there's like a larger conversation they're actually referring to that I don't know what it is. But I think together they kind of, at least for me to see these together is it was just kind of funny enough that I had to mention that. And you see, and this is the thing too. I mean, it might be in relation to AI art, where people think that that's the cut, that they need for something. It's like, look, I hate to break it to you. You were a shit creator before AI. You're going to continue being a shit creator with it. Sorry, not sorry. But this is the thing. It's like, I really do think that it's purposefully being obtuse when you look at the first tweet and pretty much interpret Scott McCloud as saying, Scott McCloud said it's okay for me to have shitty artwork.
Huh.
And it's like, no, that's not what he's saying. That is not what he's saying at all. you know, and it's like, and the fact that you're interpreting that, that's a you issue, right? And that's a problem. That's an issue that you have to come to terms with, and you have to decide, are you an artist or are you a writer? Because you have to be one of those things, at least. You know, because it's like I said, I've seen like crudely done. And mind you, you know, yes, art is subjective. You know, there's certain comics done in a certain way that I couldn't imagine it. Like, it couldn't work for me if it was drawn in a really, really refined Jim Lee style. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't have the same resonance. So no, I'm not saying that you have to draw like Jim Lee. Like I said, I don't draw like Jim Lee. You know? So you know, but the thing is, though, is that if you're going to decide that maybe writing is your stronger suit, that maybe, you know, that artwork is not really something you want to put the effort in, but writing is, you have to make that decision. You know, or maybe writing, you know, it's like writing is your weakest issue, but you want to put more effort in the artwork. It's like, you know, it's kind of like the argument, like what is it? Like good writing can save bad art, but good art can't necessarily save good writing.
Bad writing. Like, okay, right. So good writing can save bad art, but good art cannot save bad writing. There we go. You know, so you have to make a decision as to where you are going to put your time, where you are going to hone your craft. You still have to hone something. You know, if you're doing this as a hobby and you're just fucking around, that's a completely different issue. That's a completely different thing. I'm not talking about you. You know, but if you're looking to do this seriously and in the end create books that people resonate, that resonates with people, that resonates with an audience, that has longevity because of that resonance, you have to put your craft somewhere. You have to hone your craft somewhere. You know, what Scott McCloud is saying is that also know your limitations. You don't need the purple prose. You do not need to describe what a sunrise feels like. Everybody knows what a sunrise is. Everybody knows what a chair looks like. You know, it's like when it comes to writing, it's like that's how you avoid, that's what they say, avoid purple prose, by not describing what you know your reader obviously knows to begin with. Right. Only describe in your text what the reader needs to pay attention to. If it's just a regular chair someone's sitting in, you don't have to mention that it's brown. You know? But if there's something special about that chair, you have to mention it, right? So that's, you know, so yeah, you're going to need adjectives there. You don't need adjectives for the entire scene, just what's important. You know, same thing with artwork. You know, unless there's something really special, you want people to focus on something in your artwork. It's like, is the shoelace, the fact that you can draw shoelaces perfectly, does that have anything to do with your story? No, then it doesn't matter. You don't need to draw those shoelaces. You don't need to draw a perfect shoe. You don't need to draw a perfect tree. You don't need to draw a perfect building. You know, now, mind you, it's like I've seen some pieces. There's a particular pinup that comes into my head where they rendered, it's one of these pinups where it's like they had, like, you know, the girl in lingerie in the front rendered perfectly, beautiful character, whatnot. And the background was so fucking janky. They couldn't even line up the textures correctly. And it was just like so distracting. Like, you were better off not having anything than trying to fake that adjective. You know, because it's like, okay, you put all your effort in the girl, but you couldn't even put the slightest effort in your buildings in the background. So why have them? You could have just used shapes if all you wanted to show was a building. You know? So
So that's what Scott McCloud is talking about. He's not saying it's okay for you to suck. You know, I mean, it's like, look, honestly, maybe it is okay for you to suck, but you don't get to act like you don't.
Huh.
If you decide that that's what's going to happen, if that's what you're going to do, you know, so that's just something to think about. You know, it's like, you know, does this, you know, and in the end, does this affect me? It's like, you know, because I did get a little heated with some of the people in his comments, but in the end, does it affect me? No, it doesn't.
Nah.
You know, does it? It's like, if they were to put out a book, would I probably get it? No. You know, it's like they're only, in the end, the only people they're harming with their attitude is themselves.
Right.
They're the ones who are going to hold themselves back because they're reading a justification for comfort that's not there. I always remember, you know, what Meredith said, you know, be uncomfortable, always be uncomfortable, right? Uncomfortable. My Queen's accent doesn't allow me to say it correctly. So, you know, always be uncomfortable. And the thing is, though, and that's how I always look at how I like push myself in my artwork. Is this making me uncomfortable? Then that's what I have to do. You know, learning digital sketching, it's like, is it making me uncomfortable? Yes, but at the same time, it's not really. It's like I'm learning that's like, oh, you know, this is actually not as uncomfortable as I thought it would be. And I really do think it has a lot to do with my new chair. You see, because I got a new chair on Wednesday,
and it is completely comfortable.
It is completely comfortable. You know, my back, I haven't had back problems. You know, it's just the only problems that I've been having is just my back getting used to actually having real support.
Right.
Unfortunately, I didn't have that support with the racer chair. I thought I was going to, but instead it only exacerbated some problems in my back. So now it just gets to stay there and be just a regular chair for visitors to sit in. So that'll be Nita's chair. Which,
oh my God.
In 4 months. So, but with this office chair, it's just a basic ass Amazon office chair. And I have been able to go back to the setup that I'm most comfortable with.
The office chair made all the difference in the world for me too.
So that I can be uncomfortable in my artwork. You see, I don't need to be uncomfortable. I have to be uncomfortable with my artwork, not physically uncomfortable. So it's like, so if I'm uncomfortable with something in my artwork, I know that that's where I need to push towards. You know, it's like not away, which is where I think some people, where the people in this in his thread are saying, oh, Scott says that I don't have to do this. It's like, well, technically you don't anyway, but you're only cheating yourself.
I love when people take the narrative and twist it to their own, to excuse themselves.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, and that happens a lot. But like I said, it's like in the end, it's like they're only cheating themselves. Because, you know, and in the end, it's like these the same people who get mad when they see other people pushing forward and doing the work and improving themselves and hustling and studying the blade. Right. And then they're back there going, oh, fuck those guys. They're being elitists and this, that, and the other thing. It's like, look, you put yourself there. You know, you decided that you would rather be comfortable than actually work on what you're doing. So that's on you. That has nothing to do with me, just like the thread has nothing to do with me. I can comment about it. But like I said, in the end, these people are just cheating themselves by misinterpreting Scott McCloud's work. You know, look, you don't have to put in all the detail. That's just what he's saying. You know, but you still have to hone your craft because, like, you know what? Because if you have shitty artwork and shitty writing, ain't nothing helping you.
Nada.
You have to hone your craft somewhere. You know, so yeah, that's not what Scott McCloud is saying. So I thought that, you know, I just bring that up for a little bit, you know, and, you know, it's like, look, and it's like, look, I thank you so much to the 12 people raising $222 so far, 27 days to go on Tall Tales, or so I thought, the furry one shot in full color. And yes, and that's the thing too. If, like I said, if you're joining us for the first time, you're seeing Tall Tales for the first time, you just want to try out what Tall Tales is without feeling committed to the entire storyline, the 20 issues, the 4 volumes, and all that. This is a one shot. All you have to do is pick up this issue, and it'll pretty much set the tone for what Tall Tales is. And you can decide from this issue whether you want to continue supporting the future campaigns, buying it from my website once the campaign's over.
And you will, because it's one of the most underrated epics I've ever read.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm not saying that to kiss your ass, because I said that before I could kiss your ass.
Well, so. There you go. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, so it's written by J.D. Calderon from, if you're a fan of the Oswald Chronicles and you want to read more work by J.D. Calderon, again, you can pick up this book. It sets the tone for the rest of the series without you having to commit to it. You know, and here's the thing too. If you like the book, you want to wait to pick it up. My books will always be available, one on all future campaigns, and also at my website at eagleworks.com, at talltalesonline.com. You know, if you want, you know, if this campaign makes you curious, but you don't want to pledge on a campaign, you can buy volumes 1 through 4 of Tall Tales on my website right now as we speak. Although I think like volume 3 and volume 4 is sold out right now. So if you wanted to pick up volume 1, you can from my website if you don't want to pledge the Kickstarter for whatever reason. But
don't be afraid to pick up issue 1 or volume 1, because the others will be reprinted.
Yes, exactly. So it's not like there's nothing limited edition or about this or whatnot. So please feel free to feel confident pledging to any of my campaigns, especially this one. All the trade paperbacks are available. You know, like I said, if you missed any previous campaigns, everything is on this campaign. So you can catch up. You could just, you know, it's like there's a lot of variations that you can do with this campaign. But like I said, if you just want to pick up one book to get a taste of what's to come, all you need is this book. Like I said, it's a one shot, sets the tone, and then you can decide from there whether you want to continue with the series or not. Very easy. Very easy. You know, so yeah, so here we are at the top of the hour. Like I said, thank you everybody for supporting so far. We're $222 in on a $1,500 goal. We have 12 backers, 27 days to go. Thank you so much. And like I said, I really do hope that this project leads to more color Tall Tales books in the future. So yeah, so it's like if you want to see more full color Tall Tales books, support this campaign and tell me this way that you want to see more Tall Tales books in color. Which, you know, I'm not mad about it. Not mad about it at all.
No, it looks great.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. So Nita, you have any kind of, I mean, this hour just went by like that.
I'm good to go when you are.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts about anything, or?
Make sure you support all these wonderful fucking comics, especially Daphne's.
Yeah, especially JD's. Like I said, the Oswald Chronicles is also on Kickstarter right now. If you prefer kind of like more urban fantasy as opposed to this, you know, more like
with 9 days to go.
So all the links are in the show notes below to support both our campaigns. That JD is involved with both of them, so you can pick up if you like collecting his work. Either one is fine. Either one. So thank you everybody for joining us in the chat. Thank you, the 3 people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Check us out on YouTube.
Oh, yes. Make sure, like I said, I want to thank everybody who's subscribed to my channel. 1,000 subscribers. I don't want to get too excited over that number because it usually takes a couple of weeks for YouTube to verify that it's staying at 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for everybody for subscribing. I think once YouTube verifies that this is legit, maybe I will do something special for all of my YouTube subscribers that might tie into a future campaign or what. I'm still percolating something. So thank you so much to everybody who's been watching. Yes, I know it was originally 3. Now it's 2 people next to my eyeball. Look, it's the end of the show. So you got shit to do. We got shit to do. So I know that you're going to move on once I'm hitting the end. So thank you so much for watching. And if you want to see more of my artwork and you want to see more of my campaigns and whatnot, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWRKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook if you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates. And and maybe with enough people, I can say you could also see me on, you could also see sneak peeks on YouTube as well. But, like I said, I'm waiting for YouTube to verify that. And speaking of YouTube, remember that you can also watch my YouTube at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, for all my videos on how I make all of this wonderful stuff. And also you can catch me usually on Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern for my own semi-weekly live stream, drawing live stream, where you can catch me drawing real time on whatever it is I'm working at the time. So yes, so if this is your first time seeing us, so please make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified whenever any of our shows go live on both my channel and the Indie Comics Network. And remember, you can read .com, yes. And remember, you can also read Eagle Raven, Air the First Unicorn for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com, where not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, and have a great weekend. I'm going to try to continue working in this sweltering office, but hey, like I said, it was good for a while it lasted, but now it's going to be sauna season in here. But hey, as long as I can keep my computers from overheating, we should be okay. So again, thank you so much. And remember, in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, both literally and figuratively, and do the work, because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time.